Let's go. Yeah, APVO has a bit of a resistance there, 260, and then all the way, yeah, 270 VWAP. So that's going to be a problem. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, Ahmad. Caitlin, good morning. Dilip, good morning. Marty, good morning. KB, good morning. Prince, good morning. Lion, good morning. Amy, good morning. Floyd, good morning. Dave, good morning. Felix, good morning. Justin, good morning. Yeah, you just have a lot of resistance the closer you get to $1.20. Russ. Yeah, so just be careful. Chefman, good morning. Aussie, good morning. Ray, good morning. YW, good morning. Good morning, Morpheus. Mary, good morning. Good morning, Lizzie. Seven, good morning. Sorase, good morning. A, good morning. T, cooking. Good morning. Tony, cooking. Good morning. Patricia, good morning. Good morning, Tony. Sigma, good morning. Cara, good morning. Mark, good morning. Raven, good morning. Other Chris, good morning. RC, good morning. Marco, good morning. I'm gonna start calling you Cueto now, because your first name. Anyways, good morning, Jay. Let's go, Yogi already. My goodness, did you go in heavy? Yeah, APVO. That was a nice little curl there. And nothing too crazy. Sometimes you don't get what you want, but not a bad curl for APVO. So good scalp and good exit. AK, Ayo. Sherifo, good morning. Racina, good morning. Good morning. Scary, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Other Justin. Dave, good morning as well. Eric, good morning. Santiago, good morning. Jared, good morning. Good morning, Say. JCN, good morning. Stewie, good morning. The two Aussies. Mario, good morning. Kelsey, good morning. Good morning, Heritage. Interesting. Salah, good morning. Sarah, good morning. Rich, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, today's a bit of a sus morning, isn't it? Ivy, good morning. A bit of a sus morning. So you can see that the opportunities like APVO, you just have to scalp them, right? And nothing stands out yet. Like I like APVO, maybe post market opening that thing can cook above the downtrend. Turbo looks interesting. We're calling it Turbo because the name is Turbo Energy. TURB, right? So it looks okay. Like I said, this thing needed to clear that $6 level. The VWAP hasn't done it yet. There's so many names that could potentially break out at the open and become the name. We just don't know which one that's gonna be, right? So there goes NUKK with a nice thrusty there. They just had some news. That's why. That's why. That's why. You can see that resistance at 660. That's why. That thing said, hello, I'm here. Again, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. TikTok deal to include new investors with interesting. Okay. So Nucleus to acquire 100% of Star 26, creating a unified defense powerhouse. Whatever that means, right? Like whatever that means. But a bit of a reaction there to resistance, so just be careful. Cool. This thing was already on the watch list from last night, right? So we knew this one would be interesting, just because of the way that it was moving last night, right? You could see like so definitely was on the watch list, but it just popped right to the supply zone, right to resistance. Yeah. Just curious, what's everyone's daily goal? I am just happy with when I end the day green. I can have a proper daily goal and reach that every day. I think if you're happy with just ending the day green, then that's okay too. It's a process. Yeah. Who was the no? So I think they'll just buy. So there's a deal potentially to buy TikTok, right? Not like a stock news thing, Michelle. Yeah. The names in there, like like Oracle to keep cloud agreement. And then new includes new investors with bit dance, whatever. Again, nothing to do with really like anything amazing. Yeah. So when it comes to daily goals, you obviously want to like it's a progression, right? Can I stay green, however small that is, and can I consistently stay green? If you can, how green are you, right? And then you can increase the goal. For some people, it's like Yogi said, $5 a day, right? For other people, it's $5,000 a day. So it's always going to be a progression. You don't just get to $5,000 a day, right? So depends on the size of your account, how long you've been trading for. Start with $100. Can I hit $100 every day for a month, every day for a week? Then can I go up to $200? Then can I go up to $300? And consistently hit that, right? So you hit it consistently, and also it depends how you hit it. Like if you're having to like struggle to hit it, you might not be there yet, right? So, but if you're consistently hitting it, and then if you go above, you're losing money. You're like, okay, no, no time for progress yet. So it depends. Alan, I know, right? I know. Yeah. So yeah, NUKK looks interesting there. Turbo with a nice little pop there, so that looks better, right? So this is looking a little bit better there. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? There's so many names, especially like there's so many names that could potentially cook at the open here. So hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. That was a Actually that was a really nice dip and a pop. Do. From the very bottom there at least. Dan, good morning, Dan. A green day is a beautiful day. It is. Yep, agreed. Yeah. So don't worry too much about what everybody's daily goal is, because it will depend on like just it all depends on you. Um, Depends on you. Rizzo has been loving turbo time in Rizzo. You better be making monies. Cooking. Good morning, Jericho. Hey yo. Welcome, Marty. Luna, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Courageous, good morning. If I missed you, good morning. FGI was really nice early on, like really, really nice. Um, I just have it on the list of stocks to watch, not because it's performing, because it had a crazy run earlier, and it looks horrible. But I tend not to want to count anything out before the market opens, just in case we find a demand zone here, right? And we pop. So we open in 2 minutes, right? So let's see if it stays above $10. So and then go from there again. So it's not on the list because it's like, oh, this is amazing. No, this looks like garbage, FGI. But if that thing can find a way to consolidate above $10, there might be something there. So we'll keep an eye on it. APVO again looks interesting too. You have a bit of a double bottom at 215. So if we don't hold that 215, you're looking for that level that AK mentioned, the 200 EMA closer to 190. So those would be your two levels to watch for now. In terms of resistance, you're looking for just again that last high that we ran to. Cool. So and then obviously we have TURB, right? So with a bit of volume there. And UKK again, that was a nice pop, but it's popping into resistance. So that's always a bit difficult to deal with. OPI, nice run up, but then you could see the T-Rexing, right? Stall, stall, stall. Jose, good morning, right? Ayo, Coleman, good morning. And so again, this is always going to be your first warning sign. This is always the obvious, right? Once you see a momentum stock stalling like that, it's like, oh, you might have a problem. You might have a problem. So that's why we call it the T-Rex. So it's visual, so you don't forget it. Question for you guys going into the open. There's less than a minute left, 30 seconds. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stonk going into the open? Everybody's gonna say Turbo or APVO. Yeah. I'm not surprised. So yeah, I would say those are BGI. Yeah. Yeah, so same names. All right, so here comes the open, and let's see what happens. Cool. So obviously we're watching TURB for now, Turbo, right? Because Turbo looks nice. So nice little pop there again. Just be mindful though, because we're right at the open, right? So you're always gonna get these suspicious candles. Uh, so $6.80. AIM with the catalyst, code X with the catalyst. I don't know why they're waiting till the open to drop that stuff, but yeah. So TURB looking the best for now, right? So here comes $7 for Turbo. Dang. Again, just be mindful though, guys. We are at the open, right? You had some nice entries on this one. Just be careful now that we are pushing to that resistance, the left hand side resistance, right? So um, you can kind of see that it's a pretty big range, anywhere from $7 to 7.50. So just be careful, please. Alrighty, just be careful. If you're not in a position, you might want to wait for a bit of a retracement. Alrighty. So there goes $6.80 again. Some dipskis. FGI is testing that $10. So let's see if it consolidates above. APVO is holding that double bottom, right? So those are the top two names for now, APVO and Turbo probably, unless something else takes over, right? No, 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 no. Unless something else takes over. Nuke doesn't look too bad. It's just still stalling at that supply area there, right in the middle. So it doesn't look bad. It just needs to break out. OPI, that thing got slapped hard. FGI is trying to hold that $10 there. So again, $10 is always a key level here for a bit of a bounce at the very least. So let's see if it stays above. So 10 almost back to $11 here. Cool. And then APVO versus Turbo. So this is what I mean, right? With the Turbo, is the market is just opening. You don't want to be rushing in when we're pushing into a red zone, because we just went from 720 all the way back down to $6.30, right? So almost lost $1 there for Turbo. So again, the red zones are there for a reason, right? And if you look to the left, that's kind of the same area that we failed at last time. You don't want to play that game at the open because you're gonna get slapped, right? And there it is. We just dropped below $6, guys. 580, right? So again, resistance, right? And slap. So this is why we always warn at the open. If you're not sure what to do, just don't do anything. Especially don't FOMO at the open unless we're breaking out. The only time you FOMO at the open is when we're breaking above resistance. The only time, right? Other than that, if you're just gonna FOMO like this, you're gonna cry. Alrighty. So APVO basically hit that double top again, which is kind of the level we mentioned, right? So again, resistance right there, and then all the way across resistance. So we need to break above that. So APVO doesn't look bad; it just needs to break out. Virus. Good morning, Virus. Good morning. Look at Nuke, right? So Nuke is also failed at the resistance, the T-Rex, the stall, right? So we failed at resistance and then came back down for the retest of the support. So watch for support around $6 here for NUKK. Cool, cool, cool. APVO wants to break, doesn't it? Like, can I break, please? Let me take a look. So code X with the little pops. CDLX. CDLX. Is it dead? Not looking too hot, Carl, is it? I wouldn't say anything's dead though, because we just opened. So I think again we just have to expect the chaos at the open, right? Just expect the chaos. Expect the unexpected at the open. So yeah, APVO, let's go work. Yeah, so good exit for now. If that thing can break out, that would be good, but it's a good exit, right? Because you're basically selling at the resistance, double top. The Morpheus, it's the open special now, right? YSXT isn't looking too bad. YSXT, not too bad. That thing is actually yeah, not a bad push. Again, it's always difficult when a name is running like this, right? It's always a bit difficult when a stock is running like that because you don't quite know, like without a dip. But that's a pretty nice run. It's a pretty nice run. And now you're getting the special diamond candles for the breakouts. 460, 470. Did anybody FOMO into this one? AT, did you FOMO? So then you have that supply zone at 470. So if that candle can close above that, it'd be good. The spread seems a bit suspicious again. APVO looks like it wants to break up at some point here, so hopefully it does. Turbo is still dipping. So for Turbo, watch that 50 EMA or watch all the way down to $5.40 ish, right? So the closer you get to 540, 550, I think the better this thing is. But again, that fail shouldn't be surprising to anybody because this was the range, right? Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we've struggled there. APVO really wants that break. Will it do it? Who knows? And then for YSXT, like I mentioned, that 470 is your resistance. So just be careful right there. Alrighty, so just be careful. Unless those candles close above, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Looks like FGI is failing below that level there, and then APVO is really fighting. Fighting, come on, work, make it happen. ST, yep. Hope it doesn't happen in the middle of the day. Hopefully not. Come on, you can do it, APVO. You can do it. You can do it. 256. Is it halted down? Nastiness. Nastiness. Yeah, I like what APVO is doing here. I like what it is doing. The candles do need to close above, but I like what it's doing. We still need to close above that top and the V out there. But yeah, looking better. So here comes 270. 270. And Turbo is holding that 50 EMA as well. So I mean, these were the top two names, right? Hey, Yosefwa. Yeah, don't get scammed in Discord, guys. I'm not sending you DMs or sending you friend request. Alrighty, so don't get scammed. Okay, can we go? Something? Can we go? So it looks like Nuke is holding that bottom, right? The support at the bottom there, NUKK. So that $6 level we mentioned, it's holding for now for Nuke, and it's been holding for quite some time now. And it's been holding for quite some time now, so that's good. So as long as NUKK stays above $6, that's a good thing, right? You just have that resistance up there at 660, but this is looking nice actually. That's an aggressive bounce, right? So an aggressive bounce there, which is not a problem. I wish this thing didn't have that supply zone up there. I think this would be easier to take, but that supply zone is being a butt. And then APVO just needs to give us breakouts. We don't really need anything else. Let's go, Jason. In and out of APVO 230. You're good for the day. Time for schoolwork. Let's go. Love it. And it's a good thing you sold that position, Jason, because look at it now. Right? Look at it now. You sold at 269 from 230. It's all the way back down to the price you bought at, right? So when you see gains and you see resistance, right? There's nothing wrong with securing the monies, right? Nothing wrong with securing the monies at all. So greed just doesn't yeah. Let's go, CB. So yeah, there goes Turbo with a nice little bounce off the six off the 580, the 50 EMA. So that's perfect. Perfect. So again, those two names we like are giving us opportunities, right? Like little scalpies. Yeah, little scalpies. It's not a bad bounce at all. Turbo time. We need it to be something time. YSXT failed at that 470 and then came back down to retest the 9. So it's going to need to break out if it wants to keep cooking. If it wants to keep cooking. Okay, back to TURB here. TURB. That was quite the candle on APVO here. Quite the candle. Yeah, the open is known for that though, guys, right? So you know what's interesting, Rich, is kind of the guess, right? Like slapping it before the Fed rate cut, right? As everybody's expecting the yeah. Maybe that's a good thing for tomorrow though. Okay, back to turbo, guys. We're retesting the highs. So hopefully this time we can go boom skis. We can go full turbo time, full turbo time above $7. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding TURB. There you go. The stupid supply zone. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Lisa, monies? Are you quietly cooking, Lisa? Yeah, so that $7 is a problem still. It would be nice if it broke above that level. Everything else is working at the bottom, like it's doing good at the bottom, it's just not breaking out yet. So hopefully, hopefully, we get some boomskis. It's looking like one of the better names for sure, though, even though it's unable to break above resistance. You're quietly cooking. I like it. Good. Good. Love it. Come on, do it for Lisa. And make sure you stay green, though, Lisa. Stay green, please. Let's go, T Mac. T Mac says join Discord, guys. You won't regret it. So here comes $7 for Turbo. Is it Turbo time? Oh, it might be Turbo time, guys. Lisa is doing it for Lisa. Here we go, 740, guys. Here comes that resistance we talked about, right? So 750. So again, stay green, please. Stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green. If you go red, I will find you. I will find you. Here goes Turbo, guys. 770. Ooh, wee. Turbo is gone. Let's go. Finally, at least something's cooking. Lisa is looking for what color Lambo she wants now. Let's see if we can close about Rizzo. Congratulations, love it. You better be green and you better stay green, because again, I will find you. Better be green and stay green. Why can't you buy X? I'm not sure why. What broker are you using? What broker are you using? Let me know. Mm-mm. What broker? Do. Here we go. So we're back to 770. Again, make sure you're moving those stop losses higher, please and thank you. APVO still looking a bit sussy there, but yeah. So for now, it's all about the turbo. All about the turbo. I want to see if that candle can actually close above, like the upper side of the supply zone. Let's go, T Mac. $500. Look at that, right? Membership paid for, in and out. $500 gains. Love it. Congratulations. So yeah, we weren't able to close at the top of that supply zone, which is okay. The high of the day is 805 though. So again, stay green, please. FGI is unhalted and reclaiming $10, so that's not too bad. APVO is basically just holding the same bottom here, right? So if that's something that you're paying attention to, just make sure that we can find a way to stay above 215. If not, you're looking for $2. Alrighty, so APVO is fighting for its life here. So now or never. Well, now or the 200 EMA, right? So if it can stay above that level, that might be interesting. Yeah, HSDT with a nice little pop there. So hopefully it can stay above. Nuke is obviously still sitting at the bottom, and Turbo is like, I'm the captain now. Yeah, HSDT with some nice little pops there. Robinhood does not support it. Why? Why? This stock has been around forever now. Like forever. They IPO'd like a year ago, right? Or uplisted, something like that. How's that? How is it not allowed? That makes no sense. Why they would restrict it? Good job, Lowell. Good job. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Um, a white Lambo. Lisa's like, don't worry, guys. You can buy it. I can buy it for you. Let's go. Come on now. So here we go, testing the top of the range again. So that $8. We still need to close above the top of that supply zone, but looking good. Looking good. The yeah, that curl from the bottom there was actually quite perfect, right? Perfect, and it's just been trending higher ever since. So now you can see that we're kind of sitting at the highs of the day again. I put that line there at 750 because it made sense, right? We could honestly move the line a little bit higher. Just again, just for the sake of like an actual high, we can move it a bit higher to $8, right? So clearly we know $8 is an important level, right? But this entire range, because you have wicks at the bottom, then you have wicks at the top, right? So that entire range is really, really important. So here we go again, testing the top. Testing the top. You bought on Weibo? Yeah. Ah. Do 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 do. Fidelity. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Yeah. I don't get why it's restricted. This isn't a brand new stock. It shouldn't be restricted. Fidelity is not letting you buy it either. Yeah, I think it might be something with. Um, that's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying when the best stock in the market you can't buy it because this thing doesn't look like it's done, right? Look at that. Turbo's like, I'm not done yet, guys. Not done yet. Right? So kind of annoying if you're watching on Robinhood and you're like, dang, I can't get into this. My goodness. Rizzo, well done. Well done. Very happy. Okay. Send me a picture of gains later. You better again stay green. But I want to see a picture of gains later. Otherwise, no more one-on-ones for you. Thomas, good morning. You're new, CC. Welcome to the community. There goes 850, guys. Whoo, turbo. That thing, it was in the name. It was in the name, guys. That thing said, my name is Turbo. Welcome. I'm ready to cook. My name is Turbo. So a high of $8.80. $8.80, guys. My goodness. Cooking. Type yes in the chat if you're still in TURP. TURB. Type yes in the chat if you're still in this one. My name is Turbo. Yeah, there goes 860. 860. Caitlin, cooking. Cooking. Up $300. Let's go, Rizzo. 880, 890. Brand new highs of the day there. So here comes $9. Love it. Love it. Woof. Cooking. Cooking, Turbo. My goodness. Look at that thing cook. On fire, Turbo. There we go. 960, guys. 960. Whew. On fire. Sheesh. Okay, can we hit $10 now? Again, scale out, right? Make sure you're taking some gains on the way up, please. Cool. Rizzo, you're in the chat, right? Less gifts, please. Use less gifts in Discord, please. You're spamming a lot of gifts. I know you're cooking. I know you're making monies. I know you're making a lot of monies. But yeah, don't spam too much. But good job. Yeah, good job. Good job. You're back. You're out. $700, Lowell. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah, this was a perfect entry at the bottom, multiple times, right? So again, we've also said this, right? The only time you FOMO at the open is when we break out, right? So this wasn't a breakout at the open. This was a dip, right? So which was better, and then that break above $8, right? Gone, gone, gone. I mean, is there anything else that's competing with this? No. APVO is still sitting at the bottom, right? APVO looks okay. It's consolidating. Maybe at some point this thing will say, "Hey, my turn," right? At some point it's going to say, "Hey, we were running together. Why didn't you wait for me?" Right? So right? Maybe APVO is going to say, "Hey, please help me. I want to come along too," right? So that looks, these were the top two names, right? So APVO and TURB. So TURB is cooking, APVO is slacking at the bottom. So something needs to change them. uh yes, yes, yes. Stop loss kicked you out at 778, then it peaked only 38. Matt, your stop loss was at 778. I'm not. Your stop losses are quite tight, huh? Hmm. On Turbo, did you make money though? Should have made money. 907. Yeah, that's a dollar gain, Marty. Right? So it still looks like it wants more, but I don't mind the like for people exiting right below $10. I don't mind, right? So even though it looks like we want more here, it was still sitting right below a key level. Yeah. Here comes 940. I bought Turbo 945. It's going up, right? Yeah. Are you serious or you're joking, Slacks? Are you did you actually buy 945? You're joking? I figured you were joking. I figured you're joking. But for you, I wouldn't be surprised, you know? Yeah. There we go. Anyways, right click. There you go. Come on, can we keep going? Can we keep going? You're one click away, virus, from what? Puts? Puts or calls? Yeah, APVO just like just no curlies yet, right? So this is kind of what we talked about in that consolidation class, right? So like we're consolidating and it looks nice, right? But then there's one thing missing, right? The secret ingredient is missing on APVO. Yeah. So that's missing there. And then again, you can see TURB selling off a bit, right? So from $10, you're always going to have a bit of a problem. So that was a pretty sweet run. Pretty sweet run. Almost 100% run from the open in less than 30 minutes. So yeah, watch for $2 in APVO. Watch for $2 in APVO. Uh, yeah, Knowles. Perfect. So basically, it looks like we're just retesting the 9 for now and holding the 9, so that's not too bad. Yeah, as soon as APVO breaks below that last level, it's going to $2, right? So the 200 EMA. So watch for consolidation now at the 200 EMA, I guess, right? See if we can stay above that level. This was a good run, though. So congratulations if you played with this. Time for a real job for your real job. Good job, Caitlin. You might have made more monies in this really quickly than even though it's small. Sam, that was a good scalp. Sam got in at 750 out at $9. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I just want to see where we can dip and consolidate to, and then go from there. 200 Yogi, tight stop loss. Yeah. Still, hopefully can give you a bounce here. I'm surprised it isn't bouncing though, especially with TURB with retesting the last breakout, right? Retesting $8. I'm surprised something else hasn't taken over with the volume. Surprised. Yeah. Just not the right volume. There we go, 205. You can see that it's trying. It tried to hold the last level too, and now it's trying to hold the 200. The volume just isn't coming in the right direction. So hopefully it does. 206. It's like one tiny baby penny at a time. But at least it's holding for now. Two or six, like it's just stuck there, isn't it? Interesting. And UKK, yeah, a bit of a curl. Still on that downtrend. Resistance at 610 now. UCS, so just be careful. Alrighty. Like I said earlier, for BGI is popping a bit there, so we're gonna take a look. But for TURB, watch that $8 there, just because that was the last resistance. Watch that for the retest level. BGI with a really nice curl. That's a pretty sweet curl. Look at that. That looks clean and easy. That's so clean, BGI. My goodness. So clean. So clean. That was nice. Let's go, Tony. How do you join? If you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Mookie, click that link from Nightbot and follow the step and sign up for one of the levels. Alrighty. So Legend and above, just not the Goat level. So Legend, Legend Pro, or the Goat VIP level. Turbo is holding that $8 really nicely, guys, which is kind of to be expected. Why? Well, not to be expected, but that's what you hope for, right? So that you can break and retest and then pop again, right? So, and APVO still holding that 200 EMA, so that's good. But my goodness, like look at the 200 EMA and look at the lack of volume at the bottom there. It's like the levels that you're supposed to be looking at, that's fine, but like the positive volume just doesn't, the no follow through, which is wild. And let's see if Turbo can get back above the supply zone. There we go, 910. Did anybody catch the dipski there for a scalp on TURB? Turbo? You might need to buy the whole float, Yogi, for this thing to pop off the 200 EMA. My goodness. My goodness. You did? You did so far? Good job. Good job. Yeah, I think now you just have problems though at that supply zone there. So we're gonna need to break out again. New Apple high. Okay. $9. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go, 904. That candle almost needs to reclaim $9. Like just close above $9. Yeah. Reclaim and stay above. And APVO still lacking that volume. Yeah, Apple looks really good. Really, really good. Nice. Yeah. Yep. Virus. Yeah. Yep. 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 Come on, Turbo. Can we go now? Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please. Smash a like, hit that subscribe, and yeah. Maybe I'm not sure what I think of SPY today, Virus. Maybe we sell off today just because we're going into the event, or we go from red to green and then sell off tomorrow. We'll see. We shall see. APVO still just holding that 200 EMA. It doesn't look bad at all. It's just the follow through is really slow, but it's still holding. So Yogi is still in there with a tight stop loss, which is fine, right? So it just needs to get moving here. Get moving, right? Turbo's like, don't worry, guys. I have all the juice. I have all the juice. I have all the juice. Here we go, Turbo. Woof, 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 woof. My goodness. My goodness. Damn. That thing just tapped $10. Exactly. My goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, that's the type of juice you need on APVO, but Turbo has all the juice. Here we go, guys. 990. Here it comes at $10 again. About to destroy it. 990 going once, going twice, and sold to Virus. So $10 broken. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cooking hard. Like $10.40, 1060. That's 300%. 1090, guys, $11. Damn. I'm surprised they haven't halted it up. I'm surprised they haven't halted the damn thing up. I'm surprised they haven't halted this up. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding TURB. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding TURB. Again, make sure you're moving those stop losses higher though, please. Make sure you're moving those stop losses higher, please. 1111, make a wish. Here we go, 1140, 1145. Let's go. Um, look at this amount though, right? I think you're just not following, right? So look at that. You could have got back in. So go back and look at that, right? Do you see a plan A there? You see it? Okay. Um, yeah. So I just think you're not following. So we're halted at 1185, guys. So TURB is halted up at 1185. Yeah. The juice. Love it. So 338% on this one, and finally a halt. APVO is trying. APVO is like, hey guys, can I go now too? Can I join? We were best friends in the morning. Can I go now? Yes, you may, APVO. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. So win 1,000. I know, right? So APVO is really trying off the bottom there, but TURB has definitely had the juice. All the juice. It hit my stop loss at $9. I bought back in. You bought back in after you hit your stop loss, Brian? Yeah. So again, there have been opportunities of breakouts and dipskis, right? And retest, right? So that thing's definitely giving you opportunities. Is it halted? Are you asking me a question instead of reading the chat? There we go, APVO. Look at that. APVO says, hey, Yogi, can I go now too? Can I go? Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Type yes in the chat if you're holding APVO, because I know some of you guys are holding this one and praying. Lisa says, I made my daily goal on TURB. I'm done for the day. Everyone stay green. Let's go, Lisa. Come on. Well done. Give me a high five. Yeah, I know. I know a whole bunch of you guys are holding APVO. So I'm glad it's coming back. This thing was honestly quite frustrating, but I'm glad it's coming back. Right? Those have been the two main names, right? Turbo and APVO. So good thing that this one's coming back. It took forever, but yeah. Can I enter now? You could have entered at the 200 EMA. Yeah, Lisa. Well done. High five. Love it. So Lisa is paying for that gold membership. Paying for it. Paying for it. There goes 225. So if you bought this thing closer to $2 APVO, you're very happy now. Very happy. There we go. 226. 226. TURB still halted up. So still waiting for that on halt. BGI still looks nice, guys. Right. So your next resistance is $1.60 here, the 200 EMA. Alrighty. So BGI $1.60. Alrighty. So that's done really well too. Um, Not bad at all. Cool. Yep, with the tight stop loss on an active ticker, Yogi, I agree. Let's go, Lisa. Lisa says the gold membership is well worth the investment. How come? How come? How come? How come, Lisa? How come? Love it. Good job. Good job. Love it. Keep cooking, please. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, yeah, and Matt, I think, yeah, yeah, I think you're just not following because I look at your entries sometimes, Imad, and I'm like, that's very suspicious. Yeah. Can I ask about a swing? Sure you can. Let's go, LT. Good job. Yep. Good job. Again, worth the gamble, like Yogi said at the 200 EMA, as long as you have a tight stop loss, right? Especially if it's a name that's active, like Yogi said, that's the key, right? It has to be an active name, right? So, and for the most part, like we've only talked about APVO and Turbo, a little bit of BGI. Turbo's unhalted, guys. There goes $13. Damn, damn. That thing said, "Let me cook." Whew. That thing said, "My name is Turbo. I am here to go boom skis." Damn, that's almost 400%, guys. There is 400% now. On fire. My goodness. My goodness. 1430. That thing said, "Don't worry about me." Rizzo, how much money are you going to cook today? My goodness. 1450, guys. Beautiful. Yep. I think that's what you're doing, Matt. I think that's what you're doing. You're definitely not following the plan, right? Because your entry was not at the right spot, your stop loss was not at the right spot, and your stop loss hit, right? And we could see entries all over the place, like you and I had a conversation about, right? So that's why I'm saying you're, yeah, because that's not the second time you say your stop loss. I'm like, why is your stop loss there? That's not where it should be. So I think you're getting big positions with a really tight stop loss because you're scared of losing. So um, when's your next one and one, Matt? When's your next one and one? I CV. That's okay though. You made monies. Let's go, Savoie. Savoie, the cooking queen. My goodness, guys. Sheesh, cooking. Yeah. You know what's crazy is Turbo is popped like this, and it still doesn't look like it's done. Right. So even though I'm saying Rizzo should take the rest of the gains, this thing doesn't look like it's done, does it? Like, look at that. Right. Usually when we pump like this, you're seeing crazy volatility on the way down. This thing is just chilling at the top. It's like, hey, catch me if you can. But again, this is not a bad spot to be taking some gains, right? Yeah. Whoo, Mario, 4K, 960 to $14, $4,000, Mario. Beautiful. Beautiful. There goes 1420. See what I mean though? Like it doesn't look like it's done, but this is not a bad spot to be scaling out. And man, make sure you schedule one, right? Because the only people that I will randomly pull out a one-on-one for is for the Gold VIP members. Because I think you've had a one-on-one like last week, right? So, um, yeah. So make sure you schedule one, please, and then we'll try and figure it out. But the only people that can like randomly request a one-on-one like that are like the gold VIP membership. Alrighty, so you're gonna have to schedule one. So there goes 1480. Beautiful. If you took those gains on APVO, guys, good job. Right, this one clearly hasn't had the vibes. And as soon as TURB comes back, you know this one's gonna take the momentum. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. You're supposed to have scheduled one, Ahmed. So again, make sure you're scaling out on the way up, guys, please. Make sure you're taking gains on the way up. I almost want to just put a line at $15 because we know 15 is a psychological level. uh Made a little pop and then I ran. Yeah, exactly, LT, right? So when this one's quiet, APVO can go. When this one's back, APVO is like, here you go, king, here's your crown. Let's go, B. Congratulations on the gains. Good job. Rock with the daily goal as well. I should stop after recent fumbles, or you could paper trade and practice, or you could reduce the size that you're playing with and trade with a lot smaller amount. Right. Once you hit that daily goal, you're only looking for like really good setups or paper trading or reducing the amounts like drastically. Good job, Lowell. Good job. Yeah. Good jobs. So we're stalling a little bit here, so maybe a retest of something's coming for TURB Turbo. The Turbo out of Turbo, $800. Brian, congratulations, high five, good job. Bree is halted up, guys. Bree, so BREA, that's halted up. So it looks like that's catching some vibes from the Turbo run as well. Nice little pump and dip and pump again. Actually, not bad at all. There we go. Okay, let's go back. Since this one's halted, Turbo is not stopping, right? Turbo's like, hey guys, I'm just not gonna stop. There goes $16. See what I mean though? Like Turbo looks like it's stalling, but it looks like it's nowhere like close to to like there's 500%, guys, for Turbo. We should have known with a name like that. We should have known with a name like that. We should have known. We should have known with a name like that. Whew. This is why the appeal usually is to scale out of positions too sometimes, because you never really know where the top of a range is going to be, right? So then the scaling out is the right option, right? So cooking Turbo just on fire. High of 1720. 1720. My goodness. Savoy says, dang. Wow, wow, wow. Uh, La, la. Okay. Mm, letting the rest run. Good job, Grun. Amazing. Good job. Trade Station does, Felix. Yeah, I think that's pretty annoying for Robinhood people. Not being able to get into this one, it looked like the best name is pretty frustrating. Mario, keep cooking, please. Yeah. On halt in 1 minute. Thank you. Yeah, again, hopefully you took those gains in APVO, guys, right? This wasn't the main stock, right? It was just a scalp of the 200 EMA, right? Bree should be on halting here soon, but Turbo is the king, right? Here comes $18, guys. My goodness. My goodness. We're going for 600%, guys. 600%. I mean, we wanted 1,000%. Might as well get it. Breeze unhalted, right? A little bit slower, but it doesn't look bad at all, right? So, but again, there's only one king in the market right now. That's turbo time. Here comes $19, guys. 602%. Woof! My goodness. Turbo is not stopping. The closer you get to 22, I think you're gonna have an actual problem. Breeze like, hey guys, my turn. I want to go too. I want to go. So nice little pop on Bree there. BREA. Right, so here comes 1330, 1340, 1360, 1370, 1380, 1390. Bree with the pop. So so Bree's actually halted up, guys. Bree. So Bree's halted at 1389. Bree halted up 1389. That's actually pretty nice. Do, 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 do. Okay, back to the king of the markets, 1940. Actually, we hit 1974. 1974. My goodness. My goodness. What a beast. What an actual beast. So $20 would be your next main psychological level for this one. I'm gonna zoom out in a second and see what it looks like on the daily, but I almost don't want to because that thing is gonna fly as soon as we do. Oh, yeah, turbo gone crazy. 1920. I know, right, Laura? Seriously, we should have known with a name like that. We should have known, right? There goes the drop. So right below $20, $20 is a pretty big level. Let me look at the daily really quickly because we just hit 52-week highs, right? So that's all-time highs. That's all-time highs on Turbo, guys. So that was the IPO that we were looking at from day one, September of last year, September 2020, 2023. Actually. We were looking at this IPO, right? So you guys remember that? Maybe. But yeah, so all-time highs on this thing is 1974. So that $20 level is going to be huge. I just figured that that maybe this was a split play at some point, but it was obviously the IPO. Sri, welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get you an invite here. An invite. Shri, click on this link at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps in the getting started channel already. Correct. Yeah. So maybe now that turbo is dipping. Maybe Bree is gonna take over, right? So Bree's halted up. Um, yeah. So we'll see what happens on the on hold here. For turbo on the dipski, your next level is $15, right? That was the next break, just like we did last time, right? So look right there. So our last little struggle bus level was the $8 breakout. So we broke above it and came back to retest. We never retested this $10 area, so we probably will at some point. But for now, that $15 would be your next little level or potential bounce, and then $20 for the resistance. APVO, yeah, APVO was definitely exit or stop loss up mover on the way up here. Not a diamond hand because that thing just didn't have the vibes. Just didn't have the vibes. Yeah, just be careful though. Good job, Shane. Yeah, Robinhood let a lot of people down today. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating, honestly. Because it's not like you didn't want to buy, it's just the broker wouldn't let you buy. That's pretty annoying. And to see the stock cook like this one did is pretty frustrating. Mm, Um, Carl, like, StubHub seems like a good company. I've also seen some complaints. Um, yeah, Fidelity, Shane. Yeah, Fidelity worked. Fidelity, Webull, most other brokers worked to get into Turbo. Um, but the easiest thing will always be the pre-IPO, right? So, if you can get into that, that's fine. All right, if you can get into that, that's okay. I think either way, you're gonna make money if you can. But yeah, after that, we just have to wait to see what it looks like on the actual IPO day. It says they're IPOing tomorrow. I don't know why on earth they would do that on the Fed cut day. If they're doing that, that stock might not do very well, but who knows? Um, to transfer funds instantly, easy fix. Yeah. So Breeze unhalted, guys. You can see that supply zone up there. So it looks like we're kind of struggling with that supply zone, right? So we're playing in that supply zone area there for Bree. Nice pop though. There goes brand new highs. Bree's like, hey guys, let me go again. Anybody type yes in the chat if you're in Bree. Bree is halted up again. Bree's halts up again. So $14.30, guys. So again, Shri, welcome to the community. Click this link at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Let's go, Ivy. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Yeah, I love it. So Ivy's been practicing in paper trading and making progress, and then finally she said, "You know what? I'm ready." Good job, Ivy. Which psychology education do you like the best, Mario? Not sure. It depends. Because everyone kind of targets a different area, different struggles. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Bree. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Bree. It looked like it was gonna be a slow day, huh? But then the market opened and it said, nope, not today. Today is our last chance to cook so we can be slow tomorrow for the Fed day. Justin, yes. Yeah. I made my first in 8 months, $40. You made your first monies in 8 months. Good. Good. TOPP. TOPP with a nice little pop here. The volume isn't amazing. The volume is not amazing at all, but it's actually performing okay. Super slow. Yeah. Coleman, yeah. You definitely missed the opportunity there. Turbo is still just playing games here, guys, which is completely okay because this thing's had a pretty impressive run. We kind of look like we're T-Rexing and finding a supply zone, right? But to me, it's holding up quite well, especially with the run from $5, $6 to nine to almost $20. I think it's okay that it goes sideways and retest, right? Yeah, QQQM, Q triple M. Yup, Q triple M. Uh, does Weibo have the option for the zones that you have on TradingView, Carl? No, no, it does not. It's just so there goes a retest, right? So watch that $15, right? And then again for TO double P, the volume is a little bit low, so just be careful with this one, please. When the volume is 44,000 shares, you make sure you're careful. Don't do anything super dangerous here. Otherwise, you're gonna end up under a bridge because that thing just went from $3 to 240, right? So it's because the volume is super low. So it might need to retest and consolidate above 220 and then actually go up with new volume now that it has a bit of attention. Alrighty, so Turbo is just coming back to retest that 15. So let's see if it can consolidate. If not, let it keep dipping. Alrighty. So let's see if we can retest and hold this area. I think said nope, no 15 yet. Back to 15. Back to 15. TO double P is actually all over the place. I think it's because of the way the spread is coming through and the volume. Yeah. What's the float on this? It's moving like it has like, two shares on the float, but it's 10 million. Quite interesting though. Hopefully more volume comes in this time on that second bounce. Hopefully. Hopefully. 276. Is APVO cooked? What's your entry price on this Bodman? Still at that $2, almost back to the 200 EMA, right? So I don't know if I want to say yes, it's cooked, but I think it's sometimes difficult for multiple names to run at the same time, so that doesn't really help APVO. Turbo still playing with that $15. They're trying to find a bit of a base. On halted here, guys, on Bree, right? On halted, pop to 1480 and then drop. On halted, pop and drop. And looks like Turbo's still holding $15 for now, so that's good. ADAP is hitting new session highs there. Yeah. New session highs. Higher but halted. Yeah. Breeze halted down, by the way. And then Turbo, so that $15 level, right, is holding nicely. We're almost back to $16 here now. So not bad at all, right? So a bit of a drop below that $15, but reclaim and then pop. There goes 1640. So we basically came back to retest as usual, right, guys? So again, this was your breakout on the left-hand side. My line might be a little bit higher, but again, this was your breakout. This was your retest, right? So that's kind of perfect, isn't it? At least for a quick scalpy, Yeah, quick scalpy. And then APVO is looking super sus there still. Let me take a look at CHOW. CHOW was an IPO that was on the list today. Right? Looks like CHOW opened way higher than what I saw this morning because I thought I saw $4 for the IPO. right? So this CHOW by US Tiger Securities IPO. I think it's at 990. How the hell did it get to 990? Okay. Yeah, let's see. Chow chow. Chow chow. Yeah, we'll see. ADAP hitting new session highs. New session highs. I know some of you guys were watching this one this morning. I think we mentioned that 10-cent level, right? 10 cents being a solid resistance there. Nice dip and nice comeback. It's still a penny stock though, so be careful, right? And $10 is major resistance. Yeah. So yeah, Chow is halted up obviously, but oh, Chow is halted up again, guys. Chow is cooking. Damn. Yeah, see, like this is a bit suspicious, isn't it? That's a bit suspicious. $12. Hmm. I mean, it would have been nice if this thing opened where it was supposed to, like $4, and then started creeping up, so we had the time to get in. But no, no. That thing said ciao. Yo, Jack, how are you? Chris, is it an IPO? Yeah, it's an IPO from today. It was on the IPO list today. It was meant to be a $4 IPO. Chow Chow Cloud. Isn't that an interesting name, guys? Chow Chow Cloud, right? So, yep. I mean, if that thing's cooking like that, though, then the next few IPOs might also be interesting. Um, right? Because there were two IPOs coming out today. So Chow Chow Cloud, and then the other one was Rice Smart, right? So yeah, Rice, and Chow Chow Cloud. By telling you the details, no, Dan, I want to see this time. I want to see. Did you take a picture? Did anybody FOMO into Chow Chow? I'm actually very hungry now. I mean, I was hungry before Dan said that, but for some reason today I'm hungry. Eat me and took off. Yup. And we're back to retesting $15 again for Turbo, guys. So let's see if we stay above for the second time. Just be careful though. And then TOPP. Yeah, this one just suspicious, right? With a volume like that, always gonna be suspicious. Uh, we'll come back to this. Let me take a look at NCT. There's a bit of unusual volume there. That thing clearly needs to break out. Clearly needs to break out. Yeah, and it clearly needs a bit more volume. So I would almost just set an alert for this one for $1.60 break. Yeah, the reason I say 160 is because that last pop candle from September 10th was a $1.60 fail, so it needs to break above that. But yeah, keep an eye on NCT. Alrighty, so you can see that it needs to break out, right? Needs to dip or needs to break out. Turbo is doing a really good job holding that level, guys. Right? At least for like some quick scalpies, is doing a really good job holding the bottom of the range there. That $15. And guess where CHOW is, guys? Look at that. CHOW is gonna be halted up again. Chow chow. Chow chow. Halted up. Okay, so we'll set an alert for this one and just kind of ignore for now. And then let's go back to TOPP. Is that one halted up again? It's halted up again at the double top. Like this thing looks a bit suspicious in the way that it moves, right? Out of nowhere, pop, right? The volume is now 100,000 shares, so someone's clearly pumping that. Is anybody in Chow Chow? Should we buy in pre-market? Lee, should we buy in pre-market? Should we make? I don't understand the question. Yeah, yeah, I don't understand the question. That question has multiple answers. Just come join us in Discord. Is anybody holding Turbo from $15 here? Anybody scalping from that retest level? Ciao, ciao. Hmm. 15? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Try. I mean, you're at $16 now, so try and stay green, right? Try and stay green. 16.50. Stop loss set. Yeah. Good. 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 You're far enough that you should have a good stop loss, right? You're dollar 50 above $15, so they definitely should be a stop loss there. Good job, Shane. Shane is cooking Turbo, cooking it. Just make sure you keep it tight in case, yeah, one of those scalps don't go according to plan. There you go, 1660. There you go, $17. Turbo, looking good, looking good. So there are quite a few wicks though. Quite a few wicks. The closer you get to $17. There we go, $17. $17.50. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, if you bought that dip at $15, congratulations. Let's go. Holy smokes. Thanks, Bliz. Made my first $17 off of your first trade. Let's go. So yeah, the bottom of that supply zone, a bit of a problem. Yeah, TOPP is actually popped really nicely there. The volume has gone from 100K to 1.4 million. That's a nice pop. We just talked about NC. That one looks like it just sent out an alert, right? Yeah, there goes 380. My goodness, TOPP. Top point. CHOW is halted down now. So pretty dangerous. Let me take a look at NCT, guys. NCT is flying there. Wow. Yeah, nice little breakout. Nice little breakout. Doo-doo. And top point is halted up again. Halted up again. Chaos. Love it. Bree? Yeah, Bree's headed the opposite way. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Last video. Yeah, see we hold the 200. Yeah, hold the 50 there. Turbo is coming back down, so the supply zone at the top, right, is going to be a bit of an obstacle. A bit of an obstacle. Doo-doo-doo. 249. There goes Turbo with a slap. Yep, exactly. So that's halted up. NCT is flying there, guys. So that's looking really nice. Right? So that's looking very, very nice. So we're now sitting in a supply zone though, so be careful with NCT. But that's looking really nice actually. We just talked about this, guys, because it just had that unusual volume, right? And 2 seconds later, that thing's like, hey, yeah, just let me go, please. Just let me go. Let me go. Let me go. So you can see that supplies on there. So just be careful though, right? So these red zones are here for a reason. They're not only there for decoration, you know? They're not just here for decoration. FGI is halted up. Let's go, Dan. Thank you very much. There's 116 likes. Hit the like. It's free and gives you good karma, guys. It does. It really does. It's good juju. So take a second and smash a like. Thank you very much, Dan. Take a second, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. And again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat from 9bot and sign up for the legend and above levels. Alrighty, let's go. Yeah, smash a like. It's free and it helps with the YouTube algo. Thank you, Raj. So yeah, CHOW is halted down. NCT is, maybe we need a higher lower retest and then go back for that supply zone. BGI just meh, right? Turbo playing with $15 again. So nice pop from the bottom. Hopefully you took some gains. Back to retesting $15. TOPP is still halted up, so waiting for this. And then Bree is trying to hold that $10 level as well. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Mm, today it has paid out more than 100 billion to creators since 2021. Ah, let's go, virus. Ah. Do. 100 billion. That's Mr. Beast revenue though, virus. Mr. Beast revenue. Do. Did anybody scalp NCT in the chat? Anybody scalp this? Anybody scalp NCT? That's a longer haul than on TOPP here. A longer halt. Let's go, virus. Of course, of course. What car do you want? Well, I know what car you want. Uh, if you're not a member, congratulations. Let's go. Isn't that crazy? How long is 50? Someone do the math for me, guys. How long is 51 months? 51 months. Virus has to be one of the longest members. I think Peter Virus, Dan, Josh, like pretty close, all the way up there. Good, Jared. Good. Watch videos, change to cash account, scalped ADAP twice this morning. Thanks. Good. Well done, Jared. Right? So you're putting in the work, educating yourself, and making the monies, right? So there's no reason for anybody to be using a margin account if you don't have over 25K. right? There's just no reason. Thank you, Jose. 4 years and 3 months. Feels like it's been forever, Virus. Yeah. Virus, thank you very much for being amazing because you are. I mean, you know how we keep saying like one of the favorite members? Levels. Let's go. Virus, much love. Keep cooking. And thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate you. Turbo still holding $15 here, so that's nice. So hopefully it stays above. Yeah. For 38 months, Sunny, let's go. It's like time really does fly, doesn't it? Like flies. Dang, that's a longer halt in this. Let's go, Marigold. Yeah. Breeze unhalted and still dropping. The TURP just got slapped from that $15 level. Right. So this is why sometimes it's nice to test the first time, the second time, because we tested twice. Once you start coming the third and the fourth, it's like, okay, what's going on here, right? Because technically we tested here once. If I'm not, so we tested right there, we tested right there, we tested right there with a bit of a bounce. So that's the fourth time, right? The more you test, the weaker it gets. Not something that you want, right? NCT failed at that resistance and came all the way back down, right? That thing said, I hope you made your monies. FGI, is it back? Oh wow, it's actually a really nice bounce, Yogi. It's a really nice bounce. My goodness. So from $8 all the way back to 12. Sheesh. Yeah, TTTOP. Yeah, it's gonna be halted down. Yeah, 309 halted down. Craziness. These halts are a bit scary. I don't know. For me, watching you makes time drag real slow. Come on, Dan. No, the days go by really quickly when we're having fun together, Who has the longest membership? I don't know. Virus should be pretty dang close. Yeah. Teamwork Virus, let's go. Yeah, I think between Virus and Peter, pretty close. And then yeah, I don't know honestly. I don't know. Don't know. Heritage says me. Yeah. Did you get back into this one, Yogi? That was a nice push. Virus, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that that's the scary thing with a name like TOPP is the volume is super suspicious. Even though the volume came through, super suspicious. You did, Yogi? Nice. Love it. CHOW is unhalted and below $10, right? Like everything is just pump and dumps. Pump and dumps. Heritage, 4 years. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Scientists in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, YW. They were forecasting at $5, to $20. Rollover and FOMC tomorrow, making PS stupid today. Yeah, yeah. Today is gonna be a silly day in the market with the large cap stonks. Yup, and then tomorrow we shall see. Levels, levels, and did FGI just hit a brand new high there, Yogi? It did. 1260. 1260. That's a beautiful scalp, Yogi. 950. Yeah, I see what you did there, Yogi. Do I like it? I like it a lot. Yep, I see exactly what you did there. Perfect. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think like scalps, that's a pretty perfect scalp. Breakout, stall, exit. Beautiful. For NCT, the closer you get to 140, the better, Michael. Alrighty. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. There you go. Manu, what's your position for APVO? It's been a long time since we looked at that. Yeah. BBAI looking good. Looking good. And then let's see if we can reclaim $15 here for TURP. It doesn't show. Maybe it's not live yet. That's why. Maybe it's not live yet. Let me take a look at APVO again. 190. So you're basically almost at break even here, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. So for now, as long as you stay above $1.80, there might be something that might be okay. Maybe once the other names kind of stable, die, maybe this one would take over. But for now, again, I don't really see a need to be in this stock, right? And the main reason why I don't see a need to be in this stock is because we're not closing below the 200 EMA, and we tried to go back up and failed, right? So like, there's really no need to be in this stock. Like zero. There's just no reason here. Every day we say, hey, like if we go below the 200 EMA, you have a problem, right? So this was good initially. This closed below, not good. This test and fail, confirmation of not good, right? So there's no reason for anybody to be buying APVO below the 200 EMA. Am I ready, Manu? So for now, again, watch $1.80. If it breaks below that, then you have more problems. You're just gonna have to put a stop loss somewhere though. Okay, back to turbo here. Scienties, come on. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. To me, like Chris, you never want to like the news is cool, right? Like to me, I don't ever care about the news though. It's all about the price action. I don't care if a company is curing cancer. Right? That's good. That's a good thing for humanity. But it doesn't matter if the price action isn't coming in, right? Because when you're scalping those names, the intention is to make monies. So they could be saving the world, but if your intention is to scalp and the price action looks like that, it's doo doo. So stick to the price action. Alrighty, we care about the news to some extent, but that's the only thing I care about, virus. The only thing, right? Price action TA. That's it. Yeah. Yep. So again, just because like, you could if you looked at this thing and you said, hey, like we're below the 200 EMA, I'm not gonna touch it. That would have saved you, right? And the fact that we're constantly hitting lows is not a good thing. So for now, again, almost like you're like, yeah, well, look at that. That thing just got slapped again, right? So yeah, at some point maybe it's gonna run because of the news, but for now, the price action has been saying, hey, below the white line, virus knows all about the white line, right? Oh my goodness, Yogi. Where's Yogi's wife? Where is she? Unbelievable. Um so yeah, once we close below, that's not the end of the world. Like the end it's not the end of the world when we close below the 200. Confirmation for me is when we go back up. Like right there when we go back up and we try to test it and it doesn't work, this is a big red flag. So for now, just watch $1.80. Hopefully it can kind of stay above or reclaim it. CHOW is just a crazy stock. I don't know what to do with this, honestly. That thing went from $13 back to $9, almost giving you a double bottom right there, and then now it's halted up again. So I don't know what's going on here, but this is more of a vibe play and a gamble play than anything else. Uh, let's go Heritage. So we're back to testing $15 for Turbo. There we go, 1530. Okay, there we go. Testimony. I lost Friday $900 on Gemi on the IPO. Today I was able to regain that and headed towards gains now. Been with the group for almost 2 weeks now, and Stock General Discord is gold. Here to say thanks. Let's go pray, read, restore. Congratulations, high five, good job. Right, just because you lose monies, you don't give up, right? And stuff like Gemini, again, a bit of a gamble, right? Guessing, but good job on working and getting it back. Congratulations, that's amazing. Good job. And keep learning and growing, right? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, there we go. Well done. APVO is trying to hold 180 though, so hopefully it does. This one's still halted. Um, BGI just hasn't done anything impressive, right? CHOW is unhalted, guys, and CHOW is now testing brand new highs of the day here. Did anybody get into CHOW? Did anybody get into CHOW? I mean, Dan got into some CHOW this morning. Dan definitely got into some CHOW. And CHOW is halted up again, guys. Yeah, $13.20. I mean, that's a really nice double bottom. It's just quite hard to deal with. Yeah, it's almost a bit unpredictable, right? Ah, sometimes I'm reading something nice from Dan. I can't read it out loud because I know something's coming at the end. So I just read it in my head until I see the stuff at the end. And then I just keep quiet. Forget the compliments, you know? Unbelievable. But yes, again, if you're not a member yet, you're missing out on the community, guys. So if you do want to join us, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us. Turbo is doing really well with that reclaiming $15, so that's perfect. The last time we popped, we filled at 1750, so that 1750 would be good to break above. You know what's crazy is this thing is still up 500% for the day. 500% for the day. Thank you, UC. Virus, I was about to say. So $16.30 here. 1620. SONN. I think Savoie was in that position. Do 1640, 1650. Did anybody buy the dip on this one? Anybody? Yeah. Good job, Savoie. The other one, yeah. APVO is back to 190. Chris, back to 193. APVO says, yeah, keep trash talking me. Keep trash talking me. I'm gonna pop. So 193. Good job, Paula, on Turbo. Good job. I think we really need to clear that 17 and push in back into the supply zone. Push into the supply zone. Into the supply zone. Here we go, 1670, 1680. Yeah, the volatility is a bit interesting, but just be careful with that supply zone, please. Alrighty. But at the very least, though, this thing's given opportunities for scalpies. Opportunity for scalpies. So that's always a good thing. Code X had some news this morning, and it looks like we're hitting highs of the day. Codex, CODX Diagnostics. Yeah, the volume isn't amazing. It's still below a million, pretty dang close. Um, but nice little pop from the bottom. Chris, are you still in that APVO position? Still in there? Code X. What's Open doing today? I know you guys are still holding Open. Open, yeah, Open was at almost $10 this morning, and then all the way back below $9. Kind of a typical thing, right? If you again, we talked about this yesterday for Sammy. When you look at Open, guys, you can clearly see that there's a problem. Clearly, right? You can clearly see that there's a problem up there. This is the fourth day now that Open is struggling with that resistance at the top. So it shouldn't be a surprise, right? Really shouldn't be. Let me look at the 4 hour candle. Like you can, yeah, same, right? So maybe we go back down and retest and fill the gap, but yeah, day four of Open struggling at that top there. So until Open can break above 1070, it's gonna have these little issues. Wishing I was in, Mark. What are you in? What are you wishing you were out of? What do you wish you were out of? So you can see that red zone for turbo, right? Resistance. Wishing, yeah. What's your entry price on this, Mark? What did you get in at? Okay. Let's go back to a smaller time frame here. Codex is still looking good. So you clearly have that supply zone. You clearly have that supply zone there for Codex. Clearly. $2.18. Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah, because I know you don't have a stop loss, Mark. Yeah, hopefully it stays above that demand zone that it's created there, though. It would be nice. I think you would have a chance if that thing reclaimed $2 in the 200 EMA. I think you'd be in a good spot or a better spot, but you have work to do. Or the stock has work to do. Yeah. And then Turbo doesn't want to give up yet, which is good. My computer is going to die. For some reason, it's not plugged in. For some reason, it is not plugged in. Codex is looking good, though, isn't it? Like, it's fighting here for 50 cents. Here we go. All right, so that thing is pushing nicely there to test that 50 cents, which isn't bad at all. So here comes 49 cents for Codex. And there goes 50 cents. So that candle tapped 50 cents and then backed off. So you want to go in 5 minute increments. If it doesn't on hold in 5 minutes, then it's 10, then it's 15, then it's 20. So yeah, you don't exactly have a time. You just kind of have to guess. Do it nice. I like that. Good job. Let me plug my computer in. Saif, yes. CHOW is an IPO. And code X is a kuka. What's the catalyst or story to cause a stock such a spike on a COVID stock, Rory? Which stock are you referring to? Code X? Because I know Code X was a COVID play. Um, is that the one you're asking for? Codex. They just had news not that long ago. The news was actually posted in Discord. Again, this is why we say join us in Discord, guys. The news was posted in Discord at let me show you the time 7:30, 7:30 my time, which is 10:30 Eastern, right? So 7:30 is uh 9:30. Was that? Yeah, they dropped the news right at the open. So right at the open. So right there. That's when the news came out for Codex. Take a look in Discord at 9:30 a.m. Eastern this morning, right? So right there, that's when the news came out at 35 cents. Right. So again, we tell you guys to join us in Discord because you can catch some of this stuff, right? So the news was Codex signs a partnership with the United Kingdom, the partner in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to introduce Codex PC blah 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 blah. So again, they have a partnership in Saudi Arabia. That's it, right? Doesn't really mean anything to me other than they have a partnership. CHOW is gone though, guys. Look at CHOW. CHOW says, "Don't worry about anything, guys. I got you." Wow, $17, guys. That thing is flying. My goodness. CHOW is gone. Again, the way that this thing's performed is kind of annoying, but because it's pretty hard to catch. Mm-mm-mm. 1730, 1770. I think said, don't worry about resistance. Don't worry about resistance. I'm just gonna go. It comes $18. So low of $8, high of almost 18. Actually, Chow is Chow's halted up. Chow halted up 1773. Show me the monies is right. Show me the monies. And again, APVO just, like it's just having such a hard time. Life below the 200 EMA is difficult for these stocks. Yeah. Right. So life below the 200 EMA is difficult with these stocks. And then again, Codex needs to break above that resistance of 50 cents. Donella, not going to talk about the entries on stream. But yes, the answer to your question is yes. Alrighty? To your first question, yes. Because we all need monies. There goes 51 for Codex, 53 for Codex. Cooking. Cooking, 55 cents, guys, Codex. 56, 57. Woo! Cooking. Cooking. So again, the news was posted in Discord at 7:30, 9:30 Eastern, right? Right there. And then the breakout happened, right? So the breakout and the retest. So from 35 cents to 57 cents and counting. Here comes a test of the of that 60 almost. 58, 59. Beautiful. Beautiful. They go 62, guys. Codex. My goodness. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Codex. Again, the news doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. Because if the news was that amazing, it would have cooked right away at the open. Right? They had that news a while ago. Right? They had that news 2 hours ago and it didn't move. So again, the news is not what matters. It's the price action. right? People are FOMOing now because the stock is performing. So when I tell you guys the news doesn't matter, this is how the news doesn't matter. The news comes out and it should be something you pay attention to, right? But then confirmation is the performance, the way that it's performing. So the breakout, the this, the that, right? So stuff like that. So that's how it gets on your watch list because it has a reason to be there, but then you have to judge the performance. Yeah, Codex is flying. Good job. Kiara made some monies on that. So 65 cents. That's a really nice push. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Rory just made $150 on that scalp. Well done. Give me a high five. Rory, could become a member. Come join us in Discord. Danella, you too. ISD said, let me FOMO now. FOMO into a Discord membership. FOMO into trying to catch them earlier next time, right? This thing has been getting spammed in Discord. And now you're trying to FOMO, right? So do yourself a favor. Because next time I'm just going to say congratulations. Congratulations. And then Virus will whisper, you played yourself. Good job, Rory. So really nice push, supply zone, exit. Yeah. 500% for CHOW. Yeah. See what happens on the on hold, but that thing's done really well. Yep. Good job. Good job. Tomorrow might be like depends if I can get all my one-on-ones done today, which I'm gonna try to. So if you have a one-on-one tomorrow, make sure you message me today and try and get it done today. Because tomorrow is the Fed day. So I'm not sure we're gonna hop off tomorrow if we're just gonna stay on till not sure. Most likely stay on. We'll see. I mean, if the markets are performing, right? If we're just going sideways, there's no need. But if we're cooking, then easy. We could just stay on. Stay on for the Fed stuff. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how the housing stocks and names like sensitive names like SoFi open to interest rates. I wonder how they'll perform. Yep. Virus, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Especially if you know where it's coming from and you can catch it earlier and actually make monies in Discord, right? So then you definitely have it twisted. There goes CHOW, guys. CHOW is halted up again. CHOW is halted again, guys. Uh, do, 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 do. So almost $19, 18.70. Look at that, guys. Zed says, I just got back from holiday. My first trade was CHOW at $10. Isn't that crazy? I just got back from holiday, guys. My first trade was CHOW at $10. Now it's at $19. Almost 90%, right? From Discord. Because Zed is not on stream, he's in Discord, right? So isn't that amazing? Right? So again, if you're not a member, you're truly missing out on some of the simple stuff. Right? Not that we guarantee you monies, but it's nice to know what's performing, right? So you can focus on the right things. Anyways, Codex kind of has a bit of a double top closer to 65 cents there. Right, I'm gonna move this line to 65 because we barely stalled at 60, right? So like right there, if that candle can close above, then we can look for more. For now, I would use that level as resistance. Yeah. No. Are we on here all day, Danella? No, we're on here for 3-4 hours. Discord is 24/7 though, like pre-market, after hours, all day, right? Education, classes, ideas, news, breaking news, alerts, right? So yeah. So you can see that supply zone. You're from Europe. Oh, okay, Danella. Yeah, we have a lot of European members. These are the criminals that wake up at, because yeah. So pre-market is perfect for you because where in Europe do you live? Too fast to get in for Codex? Maybe after the big boom ski, yeah. Turbo still looking good, guys, right? So almost like an inverse head and shoulder looking thing, right? That doesn't really change the fact that we still need to break out. So this is kind of the same thing when people say, "Oh, it's an inverse head and shoulder, it's a cup and handle." Yes, that's fine, but it doesn't change the fact that we need to break resistance. At the end of the day, everything boils down to support and resistance. You can come up with all these fancy patterns and everything you want to do, right? But at the end of the day, it's support and resistance, right? So even on an inverse head and shoulder, right? Support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. So we need to break out. Do I know where that is? I do not. That name sounds like yeah, no, I have no idea where that is. No idea. Seems like one of those treasure countries though. SLNH. Slovenia, that's where it's at, Ivana? Oh, okay. Slovenia. So you could have just said that. Capital of Slovenia? Okay, I see. So it's almost like, yeah. 140. Okay, let's see if it stays above 140. You're supposed to say the country, not the capital. It's almost like if someone says where you from, and then I give the capital of Canada, and then they're like, where the hell is that? um, anyways, so yeah, Turbo needs to give us a breakout. Maybe this is just a retest of 50 cents for Codex, right? And then CHOW is just crazy. Beautiful country, yeah. Slovenia. I would search it up, but there goes $20 for CHOW, guys. Whew. $20 and then slap and then back up. Damn. This is some crazy price action. And it looks like it want yup. There he goes. Yup. 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 Gone. 21. So from 8 to 21. My goodness. Zed just came back from vacation and cooked 100%. Yes, exactly, Yogi. That's what came to mind initially, but then I was like, well, no one would really understand that. So, yes. Pete, are you from Slovenia as well? Here comes $22, guys. Beautiful. So again, stuff like this, you just have to scale out and sell whenever you're happy, because yep. So it's halted down at 1828. Hungary, okay. Chow chow yum yum. Yeah, halted down at 1828. So again, stuff like this, you just have to take the gains, right? You just have to take the gains when you're happy. What happened to NXTT? Nothing happened. They're gonna do a split, right? So on the 16th. So today is it like right now, or I haven't looked at NXTT, right? So like I said, with names like that, we ignore them post split. until they're done splitting, right? So there goes turbo, guys. Yeah, nice. Tony, are you in this one? So now we're retesting the top there for turbo, right? So now we're retesting the top for turbo. So again, beautiful inverse head and shoulder though, right? Look at that. Beautiful inverse head and shoulder. So now we're retesting that 18 again, which is nice. This stock has been an absolute beast today. An absolute beast today, which is amazing. Amazing. 1 second. There we go. Look at this beast, guys. Look at that beast. So we're retesting the highs of the day. That previous high was 1970 something. That was a really nice curl, actually. Really nice curl. Really nice curl. You out of funds in a good way, Tony? Like you cooked? The answer better be yes, because I know where you live. Yeah. So just be mindful though, because we're approaching that last high again, right? So this area here below $20, right? So this area is going to be interesting, but it's nice that it came back though. So again, nice inverse head and shoulder, nice breakout. The next resistance, test, test, test. Good, Tony. Good, good. You know what's crazy, Tony, is if we look at the stock and we go all the way back, it just works so nicely, so nicely, so easy to play with. It's very nice, actually. Very nice. Yeah. I keep telling you guys again, if you're not a gold member, you're truly missing out on some easy stuff. Some easy stuff. So brand new highs, guys. We hit $20.13. $20.45. There we go. Turbo. There we go. So upgrade to the gold VIP level if you need some one-on-ones and get some help. That thing just got slapped. Look at that. There's no way that you sell if there's no way that you exit this position if you're not already selling it. Like, or without a stop loss. Look at that. Almost 21, back to retesting the $15 level again. That is crazy and scary. Right? So again, hopefully no one's buying that as a breakout, because that is not a breakout, right? When we say breakout, we mean the candle actually breaking and closing. That candle did not break and close above. It just wicked above, right? That is not a breakout in any universe. If I can yeah. Ready? So not a breakout in any universe. So that $15 level is still holding. That was a crazy candle. Yeah. Look at that. Savoie. Perfect, right? So 15 to 1844. Trailing stop loss is a blessing. Yup. There you go. This is why you have to move those stop losses. Move the stop losses or take gains at obvious resistance levels, right? $20, obviously resistance, take the gains. Or move your stop loss. Because if you don't, like sometimes you can't really react to stuff like this. There's like nothing you can do here. And then all the gains are gone, right? Codex is still retesting that 50 cents, right? So 50-50. The closer we get to 50, the better there potentially. Potentially. Right? So let's see if it can stay above that level already. Code X. Let's go, Kiki. Yeah. That was violent. Uh, that's a vicious candle, yeah. Vicious. There you go. Oh, no, 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 no. Hmm. So it looks like Codex is bouncing off that level, which is nice. Did anybody buy the dip skis on Codex? So for now it's trying to hold 50 cents. Trying to hold 50 cents. Will it hold? That's the next question. APVO guys, look at this garbage, right? So this is why we keep saying like, hey, sometimes like just avoid the drama, right? Just avoid the drama sometimes, just avoid it. As soon as the stock goes below the 200 EMA, your battle becomes an uphill battle. Like you're just fighting a battle that you're almost guaranteed to lose. Sometimes we do come back. Like sometimes we really do come back, right? But overall, like when your stock goes below that white line and closes below, that's not the nail in the coffin, right? That's not the nail in the coffin. It's when we go back up like we did right there and we try and test it and it struggles, that's the nail in the coffin. So the bounce is the nail in the coffin. And then dead. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. I got our green over 70%. No beatings today from you. No beatings. I'm telling you guys, like you guys have no idea. Like some of the beatings, some of the members take on one-on-ones, You guys have no idea some of the beatings. Sometimes I will be so feisty on a one-on-one and then I'm like, okay, you need to relax. But good job, Rizzo. This is why, right? Good job. Give me a high five. 70% gain for Gold VIP member, guys. So Rizzo became a Gold VIP member and she was like, I need help. So then we had a one-on-one and then I'm gonna tell the story, Rizzo, just so you don't do it again, okay? And then so we had a one-on-one, right? So the next day, Rizzo made $10,000. Well, okay, she was up $10,000, and then she didn't sell it, and then she lost monies, and then the next day she lost monies again, and then last night Rizzo was like, I really need help. So I'm like, hey Rizzo, get on the call right now. So then I end up roasting Rizzo for an hour, and then today she made 770%. So give me a high five. Well done. Alrighty. Don't do anything silly, please. There goes code X. Beautiful. So if you bought that dip on code X, guys, easy monies. Right? Easy monies. Do, 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 do. Easy monies, code X. Look at that. Easy monies. Tony, did you get into this one? Good job, Amy, if you're in this. Good jobs. That was a nice dip, wasn't it? So again, we have the breakout, we have the retest, we have the boom skis. So we break, we come back, we test, and Tony was supposed to be in this one. So now we need to break above this double top here for Codex, right? So 65 break and hold, then okay, let's push above 70 cents. Alrighty, break, hold, and then give us 70 cents. So clearly there's a double top there. Uh, there we go. Chow is unhalted, $18. Let's go. Come on, LT. Cooking. Cooking. Well done. Well done, Mario. Look at these criminals, guys. Just cooking left and right. Just cooking. This one's cooking over here. This one's cooking over here. If you made money in code X, type yes in the chat. Good job, Kyle. Stop loss moving up. Perfect. Good job. Love it. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. I mean, Code X is the only thing that's performing right now. That's not a scary name, isn't it? Right. So, like, I would expect more of you guys to be playing with Code X than anything else. Right. Like, what else is moving? CHOW. CHOW is pretty scary, isn't it? Turbo has been really nice, but it's also a bit more expensive and scary. So Code X is definitely the one for now. So it clearly needs to close above 65. You can see that double top, so you don't want to be playing games. This is not the level to be getting in. This is more for people to be selling that bought the dip ski, because that was a really nice dip, right? That was a really nice dip ski. So now we need to close above 65 and then go from there. Mm-mm. Chow is halted down. Chow is halted down, guys, right? So like Chow is pretty scary, especially closer to $20, pretty scary. Codex, you don't want to be buying at 65, right? Because that's your double top. Unless we break above it and close above, then that's different. Uh, yeah. Andy, if you want to join us in Discord, it has to be the Discord or the Legend Pro. The Legend or the Legend Pro. Those two give you access to Discord. The goats, not the gold, not GOLD, GOAT, the goat. That level is currently sold out. If you're looking for one-on-ones, it's gonna be the goat VIP level. Until we're kind of at a less chaotic time, and then we'll reopen the goat level. But for now, it's goat VIP only. Uh, yeah. Alrighty. Here we go again. 65 test, test, test. You can do it. I mean, is there any competition for this stock right now? Any competition, guys? Nothing else is really moving, right? So might as well cook it. So we still need to close above clearly, right? You can see all those wicks. No closing above yet. And you can see that 65 failing. Yeah, Tony, you were supposed to be watching like a hawk when you were like, what are you guys watching? And you had the dip ski, Tony. We're gonna fire your boss for you. We're gonna fire your boss. Tell him Tony doesn't have time for this rubbish. Anyways, so $15 is still holding though for Turbo, so that still looks okay, right? So clearly this is still a name to be watching, right? So the top two names for now are still Turbo and Codex, right? And then everything else comes after that. That's okay, Tony. The cooking will come. Don't worry, no rush. The cooking will come. So for now, that's a double top. Maybe we get a cup and handle and go from there. A cup and handle. You can tell like Codex is like, I'm not done yet, guys. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, Codex. Codex says I'm not done yet, guys. I think wants it. Will it close above though? That's the question. Come on now. Mm, mm. Give us the damn breakout. And it's trying, right, Sticky? It's fighting. But the fight doesn't matter unless we close above. So the dip was nice. Like the dip was your first chance, right? So that was nice. So if you got in at the dip, easy to manage. Now we need to break out. This is like the millionth candle testing that level. My goodness. The million turbo is looking better, trying to curl. So 15 back to 16. I mean, like the amount of times we bounce from 15 to 16 is like off $15 especially. Like over and over again for turbo. We're almost back to 17. It's not bad, not bad. Some pretty good scalpies up the bottom there. These are like Yogi scalps. Yogi and Ahmad. Ahmad, you scalping that thing? Like these are like bread and butter for you guys. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. And Codex is having a hard time. He says, slap it. You want to buy the dip, huh? Slap it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is it Michelle's favorite? Where's Michelle? Michelle's too busy trying to slap spy. Interesting. Bitcoin bounced a bit on its own. Why does everybody want Codex to be slapped, guys? You guys want to buy the dip, huh? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, it is failing, right? So, like we said again, resistance is not where you buy. It's not. Yeah. What am I listening to? What do you mean? 60 cents. Look at APVO, guys, right? I keep pulling this up just to remind you guys. When this song is called Better When I'm High. Um, um, anyways, it's called Better When I'm High. So I don't know. Anyways, you know what's not high? APVO, right? So when something looks like this, when you're creating constant lows, don't stay in that thing, please. Right? You're just asking for problems. Back to Codex. Because as much as Codex is being annoying, I don't think it's done yet. So M, what's your position in CHOW? Turbo is going back and forth as well. Almost like we're creating like a head and shoulder, right? We went from inverse head and shoulder to a head and shoulder here. So $17 resistance. Suspicious. What do I think is going to happen to Codex? We're either going to go back and retest like the low 50s, so we're going to break about 65 cents. And it looks like we're going for the low for the 50s, right? So, but again, clearly there's resistance there, so nobody's surprised like, oh my goodness, it's failing. No, right? Right. We all know there's resistance right there, and we know not to buy at double tops. So now we're retesting for potential cup and handle, a curl again, something, and then go from there. Yeah. But again, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Mhm. There we go. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Hmm. Uh, why is Vrax getting uh some unusual volume alerts there? Why is this one getting some attention? Hmm, okay. Something to keep an eye on for a breakout. Yeah. So keep an eye on VRAX. Keep an eye on that. Just throw it on the watch list. Yeah, I'm not sure why, Grun. Not sure why. I was like, wait, how come Bitcoin went from red to green? What happened without the markets? Tony, sounds good. Perfect. Sounds good. We either need to dip closer to 60 cents or clear 70 cents, you know? So, dip skis or clear? And Codex is trying to curl. The reason I think why Vrax is getting some attention, yeah, I think the reason I just figured it was the reason, Scott, is because it's a COVID play, just like Codex, right? So maybe the COVID plays are getting a bit of attention, you know? Yeah, but yeah, some unusual volume there, so something to keep an eye on. Yeah. Doesn't today? No, tomorrow. The Fed meeting is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the minutes come out, and then Powell is on at 2:30 Eastern tomorrow. So we're gonna be on tomorrow at that time. There we go, Codex. There we go. There we go. So that's 65 we really need to break above, right? Yeah. That's 65. We really need to clear that level. CHOW is halted up at $17 again. Ciao, ciao. Come on now, Codex. You can do it. Stop being a big poopy. So here we go for the third try. Testing resistance, 65 cents. Are we going to do it? Not yet. Not yet. Who's stopping us at 65, guys? My goodness. If we touch 65 cents again, the shorts better start running. They better run if we touch 65 again. If we touch it, they better run. They better run. Because Hut Trades Monies is coming. 64.50 going once. 60. There we go. They better run now. They better run. There we go. 65. Can that candle just close above? Like, are we asking for too much? No, right? Or not? So again, we need to close the candle above 65 in order for that to count as a breakout. So for now, we're just going back and forth here. So back to 65 again. Let me take a look at Brax really quickly. So it looks like we're actually dipping. Yeah. So yeah, the closer you are to 60, the better for Brax. Right? Closer to the bottom, the better. And we're still playing between still playing below 65 here. Yeah. CGTX. Is that another COVID play? What's with all the X plays? Codex, Vrax, CGTX. So again, not a breakout because we haven't closed above 65 cents. Not a breakout. Yeah, CHOW is all over the place. Here comes 64 cents again for Codex. Just the longer we sit here, though, the more frustrating it's gonna get. Alrighty, so make sure you have a stop loss and Codex. We obviously want it to break out, but the longer it sits here, the more annoyed people get. Right? You're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. The good thing about Codex is there's nothing else cooking. If something else was cooking, this stock would die. Right? Because people would run to the other name. So the stock is lucky that it's stalling at resistance. Yeah. And there's nothing else cooking right now. Yep. So here we go again. Right? There's nothing else competing with it for now. So that's the good thing. Otherwise, people just get annoyed and move on to the next, hot thing. Here we go, though. Here we go. Here we go. 64.50, 64.70. Come on. Who do we need to call, guys? Dan, make the phone call. Where's Josh? We need someone to buy the whole float. But again, so 65 is resistance, right? So your entry was closer to the 50s, right? Or let's see if we can close about 65 cents. So this is definitely one of those areas where you have to put a stop loss or you have to take some gains, right? At 65 is not where you're like, I want to buy now. Because if it doesn't break, you're going to cry. You're going to cry. You know what just popped again? BOXL. Everything that's popping right now seems to have an X in it. Does Mullen have an X in it? No. AMCX. And still failing. So yeah, 2 minutes ago, BOXL announced that they are shipping Google EDLA Interactive Display Clever Touch Pro Series across North America. whatever that means, right? They're shipping it. So tell them to send some to Canada. There you go, 65 failed, right? So that 65 is a solid wall. Jim? Yep. If Mullen was a good company, we could say, you know what, maybe there's going to be a short squeeze at some point. But they're not even good. Not even good. So Codex is failing at 65, guys. So not a massive surprise there, even though we hope that it would do the opposite. Let me take a look at BOXL. I'll come back to the other name. Yeah, so there's a spike and there's a halt. So that news came out and then it spiked and halted up. BOXL. Interesting. BOXL. Jim, crazy, huh? So if you go from the top um, to the bottom, Mullen, the 52-week high for Mullen, you don't want to know. Beanie, right? So Beanie. Look at that, guys. Look at this. So keep in mind, keep in mind, this is only this year. Okay, this is only this year. If we look at the last year, because Mullen was at $12 and then they started to split and crash, right? So just this year alone, right? So forget about like the previous years. Just this year alone, the 52-week high is 1.5 billion. So if you bought Mullen this year and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna hold it, I'm gonna diamond hand. This is how they screwed you. They screwed you so hard. You need the stock to go from this price to 1.5 billion to break even. You think that's ever gonna happen? No. The answer is no. Virus? Seriously. That is crazy, isn't it? Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that, right? Yeah, back to Codex. Codex is not giving up, which is a good. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Codex. Here we go. 69 going once. 70 cents. Can we break above 70 cents and stay above now though? Can we do that? So I want to see that candle close above though. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy virus. Crazy. And the fact that they're not getting in trouble for that just makes you feel like something fishy is going on there. It's just crazy. So these can that candle needs to close above that 65, which it should. It should be able to because there's 7 seconds left on it. Should be able to. And it's gonna close right above 65. And there it is. Okay, so let's cook, please. We don't have time for this rubbish. We don't have time. So you're out of 69. Well done, Justin. Well done. Well done, skis. That candle's like, you know what? I just feel like playing around 65 still. Seriously, Jim. So here we go. There's no reason why we shouldn't be going up here, other than the fact that it likes to play games. There's no reason, Codex, why you shouldn't be breaking above 70 cents. Bilal? Yes. Doo, doo, doo. So yeah, high of 71 cents. So that breakout was strong. And then tapped 71 cents and came back for 65, which is fine. But we need to back up there though. Too many silly games here. And there we go again, back below 65. That's a nasty drop. This is why I hate when candles break out aggressive like this, because it doesn't seem like a controlled breakout. It's more of a scam, right? You ruined it, Matt. Ruined it. You ruined it. Unbelievable. What did you buy at, Matt? That was an aggressive candle. You ruined it. Matt is having a bit of a, yeah. Matt, upgrade to the VIP level. Alrighty. No, 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 no. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad, Matt. That was a better trade than that was a better controlled like trade. Yep, exactly. That was too. Again, it's nice that it broke out, but it was really aggressive, right? Sometimes when you see aggressive candles like that, not exactly what you need to be. That's not exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. Vrax. Pets. PETZ. I mean, it's not an X. Pretty close though. Then it broke 71. Yeah. See, I think you're doing some pretty funny stuff, Imad. Yeah, you bought at 62, right? Below the breakout, and then it went to 61 and you sold it. And then it went to 71. That's what I mean, right? You're just doing some funny stuff at this point. Um, I'm not sure why your stop loss was at 61 in the first place, right? If you're buying at 62, how's your stop loss at 61? And how do you expect it not to hit, right? I think you're in a bit of a like a spiral, so you're losing and you're doing some crazy stuff, right? You know what to do. Like if you bought at 61, 62, there was no reason for your stop loss to be at 61, right? You could have had that little pop to 71 and at least sold closer to 65. CHOW is halted down again. Box L is still halted. Codex is back to 60 cents, so it looks like they like 60 cents. Bilal, get back to the office, please. Get back to the office. Mm, 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 mm. Let's do another 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Alrighty? 30 minutes, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. So yeah, don't forget to smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet, click the link at the bottom of the chat. Beat virus. 11,000 shares at 59 cents. What do I think? Oof. Okay. I think. Do you have a stop loss in mind, Felix? I wish you did all of that closer to 50 cents. I'd feel more confident closer to 50 cents. Because at this price, I don't feel confident, right? So the two levels, 65 and 50 cents ish. uh, but now, as long as you stay above 47.50, I think you should, yeah, I think as long as you stay above that, you should be okay. I think that's a good stop loss. Because if we break below that, then we're going to low 50s. Alrighty, so hopefully. Come on, go back above 60. Box L is on halted, guys. With that news that came out, Box Light. This one's a bit more difficult though because they had news, the stock just immediately popped, right? So stuff like this, when it's halted with good news and it pops like that, you don't always have like a spot to get in, right? Yeah. So a dollar, 260 resistance on that thing there. 260. NUKK, pump it. Codex is on the verge of either popping or getting slapped here. Come on. You can go up. You're allowed to go up. It's having a hard time bouncing those candles now. Mm-mm-mm. 58. Yeah, that thing said, thing said, dipskis. Yeah, weakness. Waiting for the green candle. Thing said, no green candles, please. Testing the next demand zone there. Yeah, box L, 260 resistance there. 260 resistance. Yeah, so stuff like that, when it has news and it gaps up, it's pretty hard to get in unless you get a dip. Let me take a look at NUKK. Yeah, not bad. Like 620-ish resistance on NUKK, but yeah, not bad. The last group class you had was so helpful for these situations. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Right. So, if you are a member and you haven't watched the last class, we talked about consolidation, watching stocks dip, and what to do. Alrighty. So, if you aren't a member of upgrade to Legend Pro and watch the breakout and the dipski, those two classes will save you a lot of money. So watch those two classes. Watch those two classes if you haven't already. Yeah, so 260 still. For BOXL. I would have definitely gone in if I didn't watch it on Friday. Good. Good. Save some monies below. Save some monies. HOND. HOND. What's going on, Mookie, with Turbo? It's weak now, right? So that head and shoulder we mentioned earlier, right? You see it? Yeah, you see it, right? So one show left hand side shoulder, right hand side shoulder, head. What happens after that? If we don't break above it, slap, right? So we're dipping here. Um, yeah, so let's see if that thing can curl at some point. All right. Again, this is one of those where the video would help you to look for consolidation. NUKK is failing at the view app, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. We now know this, right? So the view app is a problem. And box L is like, hey, can I go? 260 resistance again. Any giveaway classes to Discord members? Giveaway classes? What giveaway classes? Any giveaway classes to Discord members? I don't think I understand, Jay. If you wanna, if you like, you can watch all the classes except two. So the only two classes that are for the Legend Pro members. So if you want to watch those two, you have to upgrade to one of the other levels. And it's failing them, right? So BOXL fail. Surprise, surprise. No, not really. This one has like, this one's moving so slow that even if it breaks above 620, you're gonna be moving like a snail probably to 650. Uh, Shasha, Shasha, TD. Jeff, you signed up for the wrong level, so you have to upgrade to at least Legend to join us in Discord. At least Legend. Alrighty, at least Legend. So Jeff, just go back to the same link and upgrade. What are the two classes? The last two classes. So if you go to Discord, uh, so the yeah, if you go to Discord, go to the group class request channel. The very last class that says understanding stock consolidation, buying stocks after the dip. That's one. And then if you scroll up a bit, there's going to be one that says how to play breakouts and retest. Those are the two classes that are for Legend Pro members. So breakouts and dipskis. Yeah. So back to 59 cents for Codex. Kind of annoying, isn't it, Felix? Right. But again, I don't think you've watched that class, though. I think you're kind of missing. You're buying 59 cents. More of a hope, right? Was still dipping, not consolidating yet. So that sometimes the stop loss will hit. A bit of a double bottom here for Turbo, so that's not too bad. Not too bad. Mm, yeah, trying to. Pets is popping a little bit. It's a China stock, right? BOXL couldn't break out. PETZ Pets from China. China with a bit of a pop. China. Yep. Again, these names can be scary, but Champions League in an hour? No, I have one-on-ones to do. So yeah, yeah. The only thing that I will cancel everything for is for the World Cup. The World Cup. Even then, I'll just watch it while I stream. I put it on. Arsenal. Mm, that's not a bad pop for pets, is it? Not bad. Mm, there we go. You applied? Wait, you have to apply? Wait. You have to apply for tickets? Am I supposed to be doing that? What the hell? Someone buy me a World Cup ticket. That's that's what I want for my birthday. Yeah. Someone buy me a World Cup ticket. Wait, so you have to apply? Should I be applying for these tickets? Craziness. These tickets seem like they're more exclusive than a gold membership, you know? Ah, my goodness. There goes pets, right? Pets with the slap. This is why these China names are a bit scary. They're just pump and dumps. Oh yeah, you tagged me in that. I wasn't paying attention, Shima. Damn, Bilal. My goodness. Okay. Only for me. Unbelievable. Chow is halted up again. Let me take a look. Let's take a look, Shima. Oh, you just posted that now? Okay. Let's take a look. SONN. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jeff, if you want to join us in Discord, you're going to have to upgrade already. Not bad. Not bad at all. Before applying. Man, these things are FIFA.com. Register your interest and find out how to apply. uh, yeah. Do, 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 do. Craziness, huh? Host the party before la 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 la. You can register your interest here for further information regarding la 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 la. Ah, cool. Cool. That's a lot of cities. You would think like the tickets would be cheaper, you know? You would think some of these tickets would be cheaper. Also, how come the only two Canadian cities? How come? How come? Legend Pro UCS. How come Mexico has four cities? Three cities. Ah. No, the games in Toronto and Vancouver, but I thought there were games in Montreal too. Tickets starting $60. Are those tickets like the one where you wait at the door and listen to the screams? Go! Then you're like, who scored? Who scored? Those are the type of tickets that you get for $60. You wait by the road, by the stadium door, and you hear people scream inside. Then you're like, oh damn, someone scored. Let me go check the highlights. Yeah, Canada, Mexico, US. No. So yeah. So I guess you have to register your interest then by giving them your email. No. Yeah. I think they're gonna use this information to sell tickets, you know? Like, oh, guess what? Guess what? We too much interest, increased price. Please enter the data below. Click on no. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'll put my email in there. Hot Trades email. If you have a Visa card, you can get in on the pre-sale. Mm, I'll do that later. It's not like we have, like I think the downside is we don't have the games here in the city, so then you have to go somewhere else, right? So then I don't think I know where I want to go. September 19. Okay. So I don't know where I would want to watch the game. So not sure, not sure, not sure. Oh, now they need all of the details. It's okay. We'll do that September. We'll do that September 18. uh, uh, yeah, exactly. UCS Legend Pro and above. I bet you they're gonna save the best games for like LA, New York, Miami. I don't think there are games in New York, are they? No. But yeah, like the big stadiums. Put your address, I dare you. uh, no games in DC. Isn't that crazy that some of the big cities don't have like games? Yeah, if I want to watch any of those games, I have to fly somewhere else. Fly somewhere else because none of those cities are close. Canada is too like spread apart. Like the next game I want to go to would be a 6 hour flight. 6 hour flight or something. Craziness, huh? Well, unless some of the US cities are closer than some of the Canadian cities. Isn't that crazy? Like I can get to somewhere in the US quicker than I can to somewhere else in Canada. Crazy, huh? Crazy, crazy. That's because Canada has a lot of green trees. Let's go. Michelle, are you going to the games? Are you gonna go watch the games? Do you guys even have games? Do you guys have any games? See, I can't go back because I almost yeah. I want to see some of those American cities. You hope? Yeah. True. La 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 la. Tickets go on sale 20. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we can still buy tickets like in 2026, like the first few months of 2026. That's not bad at all, Michelle. Shima says there are no games in DC though. I'd be surprised if they don't. Anyways. Perfect. DC. Yeah, I need to look at those the stadiums again. The stadiums. I think Michelle, once the tickets actually go on sale, maybe we'll know where. Then it should give you the dates. The dates. Yeah, that would be amazing, Michelle. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where like if you play the sport, you like the sport, you watch the sport. Like you have when it's around you, I think you have to go. You have to go. Because the next World Cup is going to be a 20-hour flight away. I bet you the next World Cup is going to be, yeah. So it's been to Africa, it's been to Saudi Arabia, Qatar. It's obviously been like it's gonna go somewhere else crazy. It's not gonna be close to North America, that's for sure. Not even close. So people are gonna have to fly hours. 961. Felix, I think you have to wait though. I think you have to wait. Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything yet. Yeah. So I think at some point some of them are going to be cheaper than that. Yeah. Yeah, 20 yeah, 2034. Uh Codex is still looking good, right? Still holding the bottom there. Sunny's not doing anything. We mentioned Brax earlier. What's that one doing? Just chilling at the bottom there. Just chilling at the bottoms. Oh, no, 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 no. And then Morocco, Portugal, Spain. Did they? Oh, then okay. Oh, Morocco, Spain, Portugal. Those are actually really nice countries to go to. Yeah, those are nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, so up 200 EMA there for Brax, right? So like I said, keep this one on watch, especially as long as that 200 EMA holds. Alrighty, as long as that 200 EMA holds, keep an eye on that. Codex is just you can tell it's lunchtime. Let's do another 5 minutes, guys. So let me know if you have any last questions, and then we will hop off and go back to Discords. This $15 level has been nice for Turbo, so it's bouncing again. So that's not too bad. Uh, Here we go. Yeah, you're gonna have this one's gonna have to break $17 here, man. So it's gonna have to break above that last resistance turbo for the next run. So if this is something you're still watching, this is the level here. If it can break above it, then and the warrants, yeah, it's breaking above the VWAP now too, and UKK. So it's gonna be super slow, but it's doing the right thing though, so that's good. Ooh, finally closing, trying to close above the view up there. No, unless that thing does something like a bit more chaotic, those warrants are just gonna chill. 630. At least it finally closed above 620 though. Mm, 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 mm. Chow Chow? Yeah, Chow is back to $15. Yeah, let me know if you have any last questions, guys, and then we will hop off and go back to Discord. Alrighty, any last questions? Let me know. Lonel, you're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So yeah, let me know if you have any last questions. I need to go get some one-on-ones done before Fed chaos tomorrow. Let me know. Let me know. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Before you go, Bella, what's your question? Bella from Kicks. What's your question? Let me know. So yeah, smash a like before you go. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us. Alrighty. Uh, are you going to have transmission tomorrow? Yes, Felix. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, probably all day. The Fed is tomorrow, so the rate cuts, right? So the tomorrow is going to be chaos. For the large caps, momentum stock, same. Large caps, it's a pretty big day, right? So, and if the Feds don't cut rates, pray, because your all of your monies will go. Anyways, what's the most important factor to finding momentum stocks? Your Discord membership, Bodman. That's the most important factor. No. You would think I was, I'm kidding, but I'm really not kidding. I'm really not kidding. Uh, not kidding. Sounds good. Have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody. Be safe. It's not a joke. Exactly, LT. Like, it really isn't, right? So, merci beaucoup, Savoir. I ate twice of Turbo and SONN. I'm going to eat food now. See you in Discord. Let's go, Savoir. Come on. Give me a high five. Well done. Good job. Uh oh, Bilal, what happened? Good job. See you in Discord, Savoir. Um, Bilal, what happened? Tony, green for the day still, right? Good. At least even. Yeah, progress. Mark, thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bilal better be typing quick. Uh, not cutting rates. Can you imagine? I think they're gonna cut the rates. The Fed always listens to the markets and the big boys, not to Trump, but to the big boys. Yeah. See in Discord, Brian. And recovered. You did recover. Good, good. So learn from. So again, gods and kings, learn from that mistake. You're green now. Learn from that mistake, right? What I want you to learn from that mistake is have a maximum loss limit, right? You shouldn't be taking big losses, right? Have a maximum loss. Keep those losses small. I promise you, this is a promise, okay? I promise that around this community you will cook. You're guaranteed to cook. Because it's only a matter of time before we're talking about something and you jump in and it cooks. And that's every day. Every day something else is cooking, right? And you're going to catch one of them, right? What you have to avoid though is those big losses. If you can take smaller losses, that gain will come, right? That gain will come. Why? Because you're in the right place. So you have to avoid those big losses. So don't just sit there in one stock and keep watching and letting it go. Big loss, big loss, big loss. Because then you're just using the big gains to recover the big loss, right? So take smaller losses, please. Use stop losses. If you're not sure how to use stop losses, watch that video. Yeah. Smaller losses, the gains will come. Promise. Alrighty? It's only a matter of time, right? Like we're talking about Turbo today, right? Cooked. Talking about another name yesterday, Cook, right? It's just a matter of time before you get into the right one. Just keep those losses small. Alrighty? Again, even if you don't know what to do for stop loss, if you don't know what to do, that's fine. The idea is that you should never be like 7 to 8% should be your stop loss. Once you start going above that, you're playing with fire. Alrighty? Keep it small. If you're taking more than 7 to 10%, your entry is trash. You need to do better. Become a Gold VIP member. If you don't know what to do, just use the general rule, right? Because 30% stop losses, 50% stop losses, not good enough. Alrighty? Please, please, and thank you. Pretty please. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you guys in Stock General in Discord. If you have any questions, please ask. Much love all. Thank you. Bye.